Welcome to this red bus tour at the Red Flag Range. I was here last year, so I have the joy of being your tour guide. After departure, we'll head west and then north up the Solid Corridor to the Red Flag Range, and then we'll do a clockwise route over the blue side of the range, where I'll call out landmarks that we'll use often during the exercise. Call 2, follow me to the active runway once I'm done with my alignment.
Yes, hello and welcome to mission number 2 of the Red Flag campaign. Now, I'm really hyped for this mission. I spent about an hour reading all the documentation and then looking at some proper maps to see where we're actually going, what we're actually looking at. Now, I didn't spend as much time back in the A-10, so the startup is a little wonky. And this is actually my second try on the mission, because on the first try the flight lead just started taxiing without telling me, and I wasn't really done with my startup. So this time I'm just going to do the startup quick and dirty, so I'm ready once my flight lead leaves.
Chevy 1, passing waypoint 3 at 28,000.
Thank you, RVR. Are we done yet? And since the exercise didn't really start yet, we're still on our introduction flights. I'm wondering why there are even flights in the air transmitting, but oh well. Alright, alignment done, ready to taxi.
Chevy 1, passing waypoint 4 at 28,000.
Alright, I'm tuned into the Tokan yardstick, as briefed, but I'm not getting information. So apparently flight lead is not on the right frequency. Great.
When any aircraft has live organs, you'll step to them at the conventional ammunition loading area, or CALA. The CALA is on the south side of Nellis and has a direct route to the munition bunkers. The V part of the CALA is for A-10s only, and is for loading forward fire munitions like the gun and Mavericks.
Alright, so are we taxiing or what? I don't see any of the A-10s moving.
Chevy 6, passing waypoint 3 at 7,000.
I get the suspicion that he's already taxiing, and again, I didn't get any call about ready to taxi, taxiing or anything. Okay, F2 view magic it is. There he is, the bastard went without me. Now, especially in a campaign like this, where you have proper documentation, you know, and it's supposed to actually put you in the seat and do everything by the numbers so you get the full experience, and then shit like this happens. Like, it's not even hard to model, just put in another voice line saying Hawk 1 taxiing to active, or Hawk 1 taxiing runway 083 or something. But come on, shit like this really takes you out of it. Especially now, I have to speed down the taxiway just to catch up to him, but okay.
To the left of us are the calorie vents. During the exercise, all aircraft loaded with live weapons get prepped here. There are times when you step to your aircraft here.
Dodge 1, passing waypoint 3 at 19,000. Waypoint 2 at 21,000. Chevy 2, passing waypoint 5 at 19,000. Chevy 1, passing waypoint 5 at 18,000. Chevy 6, passing waypoint 4 at 11,000. Hog 1, airborne. Dodge 1, passing waypoint 4 at 18,000.
Maintain heading to 3,000 feet to northeast of the runway. Hog 2, fly 2 mile trail.
Yeah, buddy, 2 mile trail would be a lot easier if you would set your TOC on, but I guess I'm gonna do it by data link.
Hog 1, passing waypoint 2 at 3,000. Chevy 2, passing waypoint 6 at 15,000.
Well, that was our landmark, and the lead is turning.
Dodge Chevy 1, passing waypoint 6 at 15,000.
Okay, I'm flying full throttle the whole time, and I can't catch up to lead anymore. Yeah. Lead shouldn't be flying at full throttle if he's expecting his wingman to maintain any kind of formation, even if it's a 2 mile trail.
Come northwest of Creech to 10,000 feet.
Well, at least I can still hope that once we level off, he will reduce speed a little bit so that we can actually fly a proper formation. Also, I noticed that our times on the waypoints are way off. Like, it was planned out in the documentation at what time we would be at which point and what speed we would fly in between. But if it goes on like this, we will have to fly full throttle just to make the time by the last waypoint. And this is a bit concerning for me in the second mission, because this is literally just, you know, flying a flight plan. Now, as far as I'm aware, this campaign is really about making it with the proper procedures, which will mean meeting time on targets all the time. Now, if the time on targets in those missions are planned like they are here, then this whole campaign is not going to work. Especially since I only have to follow one other aircraft. And I'm guessing that aircraft is flying just as they wanted to fly, but it is way off what they said it's gonna fly.
Chevy 6, passing waypoint 5 at 14,000. Dodge 1 is RTB at 5,000.
Oh yeah, and he still hasn't set his TOC on.
Dodge 2, passing waypoint 4 at 19,000. Chevy 2 is RTB at 5,000. Chevy 1 is RTB at 5,000.
Now come northeast and enter the solid corridor to transit to the red flag exercise area. Maintain formation 12,000 feet.
Hog 1, passing waypoint 3 at 10,000.
Warning, autopilot.
Alright, I'm just cutting the corner a little bit to fall into formation with him. Like, I see what they're going for here, that they have a lot of flights in the air and a lot of SAM sites on blue and on red to create like an alive environment. But first of all, they're not turned on all the time. You don't have every radar that you have transmitting at all times. And second of all, we're still in the phase where we're just setting up. So why is anybody transmitting? And I know Red Flag is supposed to simulate a real conflict, but especially in a real conflict, you just don't turn every radar on day one to show your opponent where everything is located.
Dodge 2 is RTB at 5,000. Chevy 6 on station at Bulls 085 for 70 at 22,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up on Takan. I don't think they even thought about that when making the mission. Even though it's in the briefing, I don't know.
Off to my right is Arrow Canyon, and off to my left is Hayford Peak.
Alright, so I'm not flying trail, I'm actually flying on the route. So I'm guessing the canyon is a flat bit to the right, but I'm not sure which one is the peak he was referring to. They all look the same to me. Alright, but at least this ridge is easy enough to follow, so in case of system failure, we got an easy way back to Las Vegas. And I'm not quite sure what that is.
We're now entering the southern end of Caliente Alpha. This also marks the southern end of the north-south push line. Off to my west, you can make out the town of Alamo.
Not to be confused with the Alamo, which is, I think, in Texas? Not sure, but it's not this one.
To my east is Caliente Bravo, where flights will marshal before pushing west through Caliente Alpha. Further east is Caliente Charlie, home of the AWACS and tanker orbits. We'll continue pushing north at 12,000 feet.
Nice, now we're actually getting into the area.
Hog 1, passing waypoint 6 at 12,000.
I'm now over Student Gap, the valley between the two peaks. Student Gap marks the ingress point for the southern pre-strike sweep push. This will also serve as a common push landmark for strikes west. We'll now come
Warning,
west to maintain
autopilot.
current altitude.
passing waypoint 2 at 22,000.
By the way, I've been flying full throttle the whole time, and I'm just keeping up formation, and I'm still behind the timetable.
Ahead of us is the town of Hiko, and Crystal Springs is further to the south, along the agricultural zone.
Hog 1, tally bandit at bullseye 085 for 80 at 12,000. Uzi 4, passing waypoint 2 at 22,000.
Off our right wing, you can see the peak of Mount Irish. This will serve as a useful landmark location for callouts. You will often hear this called out when flights push west.
Okay, the peak itself was pretty unremarkable, but everything seems to, all the ridges seem to go there like in a star shape, and it's just beyond the green zone, so I hope I will find this again.
Hog 1, tally armor at bulls 06. Hog 1, tally armor at bullseye 064 for 27. Hog 1, tally radar at bullseye 060 for 28. Hog 1, tally armor at bullseye 056 for 30. Uzi 3, passing waypoint 3 at 16,000. Hog 1, tally bandit at bulls 086 for 60 at 12,000.
So we got the farms over there, so down there that gotta be the extraterrestrial highway. It's actually quite nice.
Uzi 4, passing waypoint 3 at
South of you is the
16,000.
container. This is strictly a no-fly zone during the exercise. The peak ahead of us is Bald Mountain. We'll start to ascend here to 7,000
Hog
feet,
1,
so you have a
passing
better look
waypoint
around the
7
area
at
east of the
12,000.
Neva.
So that box that we're not supposed to fly into, that's Area 51, just at our 11th.
Warning, autopilot. Warning, autopilot.
Hog 1, tally bandit at bullseye 087 for 50 at 11,000. Hog 1, tally bandit at bulls 087 for 50 at 11,000.
And that got to be Rachel, Nevada. I hope nobody from Rachel is listening, but that town looks like shithole. Seriously, it looks like a sophisticated trailer park. And down there on the left, we got Area 51.
Uzi 3, passing waypoint 4 at 14,000.
The peak ahead of us is called No Name. It's just east of the mountain range that marks the FIBA. We'll now come north and run up the east side of the FIBA. The tallest peak to the west is called Belton Peak. The mountain range beyond that to the west is marked by
Hog 1,
Quartzsite.
passing waypoint
Quartzite
8
will
at
be common
9,000.
call for strike packages west of the FIBA. Let's take it down now to 6,000 feet for some terrain masking against the red sands to the west.
Dude, we have been going in plain sight, in a straight line, towards them. We're diving down now, they know exactly where we are. Okay, turning right and following the ridge line. Just gonna turn a little late, since, well, there's a mountain in the way at 6,000 feet.
Uzi 4, passing waypoint 4 at 14,000.
Pull up, pull up.
Off my right wing are the farms, with Rachel on the eastern side. Red man pads are known to operate within it, so always keep your altitude above 12,000 feet when flying over it. This is also a very visible and useful landmark just east of the FIBA. Off my left wing is a gap in the mountain
Hog 1,
range that marks the
passing
FIBA.
waypoint 9
To the
at
west of this
6,000.
gap are the bulk of the Red Ground Forces. In addition to armor, the Motorized Rifle Regiment also includes SA-19 SAMs.
Alright, so we're maintaining flight level 120 for noise abatement. And, well, that gotta be already in force, yet our flight plan takes us over here at 7,000 feet. So I'm just gonna do a little turn around it, even though it's not gonna help.
Uzi 3 is 5,000.
Warning, autopilot. Pull up, pull up.
We're now approaching the north end of the FIBA Gap, with Reveille Peak off to the west. Reveille Peak also marks the north point of the Red Ground Forces. The next mountain range west of Reveille Peak, toward the northeast, is Kwich Peak.
Pull up, pull up.
Is RTB at 5,000?
We have now reached the north end of the FIBA. On the west side of the FIBA are the Bear Paw Flats. We'll come east and climb back up to 15,000 feet.
Hog 1, passing waypoint 10 at 6,000.
Warning, autopilot.
Alright, again I'm cutting the corner hoping that I can get back into 2-mile trail formation.
Warning, autopilot.
Off my right wing is Worthington Peak. During the exercise, some of your northern egresses will be through here, whereas most of your ingress will be along Mount Irish and the farms, pushing from the south.
Hog 1, passing waypoint 11 at 10,000.
It's RTB back to Nelson.
Hog 1, passing waypoint 12 at 15,000.
Warning, autopilot.
Alright, I did actually RTB, but nothing exciting happened except lead going completely crazy halfway through and diving to the deck, and then I just continued the flight back to base on my own. Now, as I said, I was really excited for this, but there are a couple of points that have me really bummed out after actually flying the second mission. This is, first of all, starting the mission with not enough time to do a proper startup with all the checks, which is really immersion breaking, I think, for a campaign like this, and then the flight lead just leaving without any communication, just starting to taxi and starting a takeoff run. But the biggest thing that got me worried for the rest of the campaign, to be honest, is that nobody seems to care about times when making this mission. So what is really crucial when you're trying to simulate real-world exercises or real-world missions is that everything sticks to a certain plan. And here it just seems to be a disregard. Like, the guy, whoever put down the route, seems to have programmed it into the A-10's flight plan menu in a way that, you know, you're starting with 200 knots on the runway. And of course, since we don't, we have to start up, and start going and everything. We are always late for everything, and I think when I touched down, all in all, I was 10 minutes behind schedule. So if the same disconnect is there in the other missions, it will essentially be me taking off instead of sticking to my briefed speeds. We'll just be going full throttle, trying to be somewhere at a certain time, and probably still being late for my tasking. So I hope that's not the case. Regardless, I was still hoping for more immersion from this campaign, but let's see how Mission 3 goes. Hope you found this entertaining. Till next time.